Tervetuloa Suomeen. That is welcome to Finland in Finnish, if you didn't catch it. I am in my home country, Finland, in quite an iconic setting. I've got a lake in the background, I've got a birch tree on my left, so yeah, it could not get much more Finnish. And the camera is being held by my bike. Why am I in Finland? Well, there's a really cool gravel event happening here this weekend called Finland Gravel. It is organised by quite awesome people, and I'm going to do that event. And there's also a Ribble Collective rider, Maddy Nutt, here who is doing that event, and me and Maddy are also going to do a ride together before the actual race day, because Maddy is quite a cool person. She has made gravel riding, gravel racing her profession. So she's a privateer with the Ribble Collective, and we're going to have a look at her race bike, and we're also going to have a look at the bike that I'm racing on Saturday here in Finland. And yeah, I'm just going to share some of the best bits of my home country with you in this video, so I hope you're going to enjoy watching it.
So we are in Lahti here for Finland Gravel, which is a big gravel race that's happening tomorrow. And we're going to do a little bit of a course recce. So we're going to ride the start of the course and the end of the course together today, and see, there's like some big climb at the end. So I want to kind of have a look at that as well.
I think there's quite a lot of climbing.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a big climb at the end. I didn't look at the elevation for this, but I think there's a lot of elevation, and I don't know if I've set my bike up right for that. I thought it was going to be flat.
But yeah, we're going to also have a look at your bike, closer look at your bike later on, what you've got on, and yeah, hear whether you think that the gearing is right. And
so I kind of got into gravel by accident, to be honest. I agreed.
We're going right.
Oh, which way are we going?
Right.
We're going to the right. I agreed to do a race that was a gravel race called Grinduro on the Isle of Arran a couple of years ago, before COVID.
sorry, I had to.
There were like 6 dogs.
So many dogs.
That's another thing that's great about gravel. So many dogs. The dog content is great. You like dogs. But yeah, so I did this race in the Isle of Arran, and I borrowed a bike for it, so it wasn't even my bike. I didn't have a gravel bike. Do you know what? Kind of hated it, kind of loved it. I think I did cry, and I'm not a big crier, but there was a really technical bit, and I've obviously never ridden off-road, and it really scared me. Anyways, I did all right in that, and like my joke was, if I podiumed, and this was in the non-pro category, but obviously because I'd never ridden a gravel bike, but I said if I podiumed, because the prize was a saddle, I'd have to buy a bike for it. So I won the saddle, came third, and I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a bike. And then when COVID hit, I rode a mixture of road and gravel, and one of my friends who lived nearby, because barely anyone was near me in COVID because I went back home, they were riding a gravel bike, so I was like, I'll come riding with you. So we used to just ride at least once a week, couple of times a week. And they're very good technically, so I would just follow their line. Gradually got better, started hating it a bit less, started really enjoying it. And then yeah, just kind of post-COVID, got really into it.
And what did you do before? Because I know you've got quite a different background. You could have gone for a completely different career, kind of.
Yeah, so before bike riding, I worked in a city in finance. I worked at a desk for minimum 12 hours a day. I didn't last very long in the city, to be completely honest, and I hated it, in all honesty. I don't think I'm built to be sat at a desk every day, as you can see right now.
Built to be sitting on a bike
all day. Built to be riding in the countryside, enjoying myself. But yeah, so I stopped that after about 6 months, just because I was unhappy mainly.
got to the point where last year you started racing, and this year is your first year as a privateer, is it?
Yeah, so last year I raced for Spectra on the road and gravel, and then I kind of hit the end of last year and I did the Gravel World Champs and I really enjoyed it, and I did better than I thought I would. And off the back of that, I was like, I don't like riding on the road. I don't mind riding on the road, but I don't like racing on the road. And I'm not very good at it either. Never really clicked with it. So yeah, I thought, what do I actually want to do? I want to go and do the biggest gravel races across the world. So I pitched it to a few brands. And yeah, ended up joining the Ribble Collective after talking to them. I've got some other sponsors alongside them. Because the collective is we're all privateers with our own sponsors, which is really great because it means that I can build other relationships and support.
And you're doing is that right, the Gravel Earth series?
So my focus this year is on the Gravel Earth series, brand new series this year. Various races around the world, and your top 2 results in the final count towards a leaderboard. And I came 5th at the Tracker 360. So points wise, I'm currently in 5th place. Which is good going, and going to Kenya, that's got the maximum points allocated to it. So hopefully coming out of that, I'll be in podium. This is stunning. I actually love this place. This would be such a good place for summer training because it's not too hot and you have so much daylight. You go out for 400k ride. Ride through the night. So American gravel versus Finnish gravel couldn't be more different. America was at points, I swear I was on a straight road for 20 kilometers and I could see about that far ahead. And I have to say that was pretty relentless. It wasn't the most mentally stimulating of gravel. I found it quite hard just because there was no let off power wise, because even when you were descending in a straight line, so there was no reason to stop pedaling. Whereas here, you've got the swoopiness, so you can freewheel, or you have to freewheel. There are definitely bits where I think it would be dangerous not to. So yeah, I definitely say this is more me gravel. I think you get to think a little bit more, a bit more stimulating, a bit more fun.
So Maddy, you have been travelling all over the world with your bike. Do you want to tell what is your bike?
So it's
the weapon of choice.
The weapon of choice is a Ribble Gravel SL. It's an extra small, it's a pretty small bike because I've got quite a short torso. I ride 38 bars, so pretty narrow bars. And then I changed the wheels over depending on the race. So actually for Unbound, I was riding different wheels. So I was riding the Parcours Rondas, but these are the outers. And that's just because of the tyres that I'd set up on them. So these are much narrower Victoria Terreno Dries than the ones I had for Unbound. In terms of chainring, I'm running a 42 tooth, which might not be small enough given the final climb that we've just witnessed. And then 1140 cassette on the back. I run power pedals just because I like to have the data. Don't know if there's anything else. Oh, it's Di2, which is super, super helpful when you're racing. Makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. And it's obviously, this is a special colorway. So it's the Ribble Collective colorway, and your wheels match it perfectly.
Yeah, so this is the Ribble Collective colorway, which is a custom job. And then I've managed to get color match Parcours wheels.
Right, so me and Maddie finished our ride, and after that we both got registered and picked up our race numbers. And this is a brilliant moment for you to see my race bike. So I'm not racing a Gravel SL, which I used to ride before. I've written a review about the bike as well, and I really liked riding it. But this time I'm riding something different. I'm riding a titanium gravel bike from Ribble. So this is the bike that I am riding. This is a size extra small, so you might notice is quite wee. So yeah, this is titanium frame, so it has a really great kind of anodizing, I think that is what you call it, here with the Ribble brand name, a little bit of an accent here as well on the frame, and it's just a really beautifully made titanium frame. This bike, I have been riding it now for a couple of days here, and yeah, I've been really liking it. And this gravel bike, as all of Ribble's gravel bikes, has lots of mounts. So I've got top mounts over there, got some mudguard mounts, cargo mounts, and yeah, I've got plenty of cargo mounts on the fork as well, and some eyelets here at the down tube as well behind the bottom bracket. So yeah, plenty. In terms of my gearing, I've got a 40-tooth chainring at the front, and let me see, what do I have at the back? I have 42, I think. I have a 42 cassette at the back, so yeah, that's the gearing. But yeah, a beautiful bike to ride in Finland, and just look at it next to the lake. It's beautiful.
Maddy Nutt.
It is the day after Finland Gravel. I'm just back from a ride around this very lake where we said hello. I said hello to you in the beginning of this video. And yeah, just speeding around it. It's about 88k to do that. It was a brilliant ride, and hope you've enjoyed this little Finnish adventure, the Finnish views, and seeing how racing here is and how great the gravel here is, because it's amazing. Finland Gravel's for sure going to come back next year, and if you want an easy gravel event to start with, I think it's just a brilliant choice for that, because the gravel's not too difficult and there's some really nice route options. I did the 40k with my sister and we really enjoyed it, and I had, for the first time probably at a gravel event or gravel race, I had actually a good time. Not the kind of time too fun. So brilliant event. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope to see you in Finland at some point. Thank you so much, and it's a bite from me for now.